Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my reading journal for September and I'm using Cider Season from Traci Read. I read a lot of books in September because we were away on holiday at the beginning of the month, so I've got loads of them cut out here, different shapes, different sizes, and one audio book. I've got a few of the embellishments. I'm going to use the same papers, Traveller's Notebook signatures, which I've enlarged to 5 1/4 by 8 1/4 on each side, and then some of the 3x4 cards, and I've already cut everything up, so this will be hopefully a very quick video for you. Oh, and I've also done my stamping, so I've stamped out September and the bits that go on here to do record what books I read. So without any further ado, I shall stick you on fast forward and get this completed. So if you've been watching me create my reading journal throughout the year, you'll know that I'm actually following quite a similar recipe, as it were, for how I create each spread each month. So I'm not going to go into too much detail telling you how I'm creating this, how I'm putting this together, because it's going to get a bit boring. This is the 9th one I've done and you don't need me to tell you how I'm doing it, the same thing yet again. However, what I will say is obviously September has the most letters in the year for the month, and so I knew I wanted to get it across the top if I could, which was fine. So I grabbed my stamps and I grabbed my stamping platform. This iteration of September was the 7th, I think. It kept going wrong. Oh, did it keep going wrong? First time I did it, there was too much space between each of the letters, and it just looked awful. Then I did it again and I stamped, instead of September, I stamped September, which was very annoying because the spacing was all really good, and it just kept going like that. And then I did a letter upside, one of the stamps was upside down. Eventually I managed to get this stamped like this, and actually it looks quite nice. I'm quite pleased with it, but boy was it a pain. I'm looking forward to a shorter month next month with October, and obviously May was the best month with only the 3 letters. But anyway, as I say, I was away on holiday in September, so I did read an awful lot of books, and many of them sitting by the pool in the sunshine. And it's now, as I'm recording this, the 29th of October. It's quite warm here still in the UK, actually. It's about 14-15 degrees centigrade, so it's not cold, but it's not sitting outside reading book weather anymore, not unless you're wrapped up warm. And all my garden seats are very damp now because we've had quite a bit of rain. But anyway, so my favourite book that I read in the whole of September was probably The Women by Kristen Hannah. Which is what I put down as my favourite book here, you'll see. Really enjoyed that book. The fact that it was, I think, quite historically accurate was great. I didn't know much about the Vietnam War. Had a really good conversation actually over Instagram with one of my old blog friends, Beverly, about the Vietnam War, because in the UK we really didn't get taught about the Vietnam War at school. I was born in 1966, so I was too young for it to really mean anything to me at the time, and growing up it was just something that was sort of in the background. My mum and dad used to watch MASH on TV, and I knew that was to do with the Vietnam War, but I didn't know that much. So reading this book, learning the history, and then the story about the women in the book as well that went through it, absolutely fascinating, absolutely heartbreaking at times. And as I say, I think possibly this is going to be my favourite book of the year, although I keep saying that about each one of my favourite book of the month, so we'll have to wait and see. But I did enjoy that. When I printed out my collage of books this time, I can't remember what app I used, but some of them printed out really big, which made for an interesting looking page, but I don't think I'll do it this way again. I'll go back to using the app on my Canon Selfie, because I get a bit more of books about similar size, which makes making my shelves easier to do. As I was creating this spread, my daughter was sitting next to me. She was doing some crafting as well. I'm not sure whether we've come to that part yet or not, but I do give her a wet wipe because she was doing painting. Oh no, she's doing decoupaging of a cauldron for Halloween. and she gets very sticky, so you see me shake a wipe in front of the camera lens, which is the other reason why I didn't, although this is quite a quick video, I didn't do this in real time because we were sitting and chatting to each other, so it wasn't going to be easy to do. Next month for my October books, I should be using the October collection. No, the November. Yes, the October collection, which will be Jack and Skelly. So you'll see me doing that. So I'm very late doing this month. We've had a busy October because my grandson was born on the 11th of October, Felix Benjamin, sister to Elodie. So there's just under 2 years between them. Felix and Mum are doing well, and Elodie is getting used to her little brother. I've had lots of cuddles. We do live an hour and a half away from my son and his wife and the grandchildren, so don't get to see them as often as I would like, but we try and see them as much as we can, so that's nice. But that's meant with rushing up and down to Wicken and other things that have been going on in October. Actually, to be honest, I forgot about creating this and doing my video, and then suddenly thought, oh my goodness, I need to get my reading journal done. So this is just going to squeak in. I think I'm recording this on the 29th. I'm going to try and get this published on the 30th. So it should just squeak in before the YouTube hop for Tracy's next new collection, which is I Voted, which will be out on the 1st of November with the YouTube hop on the 2nd of November. So this collection I'm using here again is Cider Season, which was the September collection. I'm getting myself very confused here because I work 1 month behind, which is a lovely autumnal collection, and I've actually used this collection quite a lot in my October Occasionally album. I will be using Jack and Skelly, which was the October release, for more of the Halloween type pages. I used that for when we went to the pumpkin patch, but I'm going to have a few Halloween pages to do as well, because my daughter loves Halloween. So we've got the house, well, the front room decorated a bit, and she'll be doing some pumpkins, and she does some Halloween baking, so I'll have those bits to record as well. Although having said that, my album is getting pretty full. We've had, as I say, a very busy month. My great aunt was 100, so we went to her 100th birthday celebration. I met up with school friends, one of whom I hadn't seen since we were 16. So that was a long time ago, and thoroughly enjoyed seeing her. We got on like a house on fire still, and just sat and chatted and chatted and chatted, and also saw several other friends who I went to school with, who I hadn't seen for a couple of years. So it was really nice to chat with them. We've been to the pumpkin farm, and so we've done an awful lot in October. And here we are, that's my page finished. Hope you've enjoyed watching me create these pages. I'm just showing you here that it's finished, and which was my favourite book. If you have liked this, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't subscribe already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. I try to publish 2 videos a month, and so I'll be back again with my first one for November in a couple of days. Bye for now.